drinking chrysanthemum oolong tea that I just got 2 days ago. It's super good. Hi everyone. Kind of intentionally, but then unintentionally took a break from filming videos for 2 months. February, I became really busy at my job, so that's kind of why this video is so late. Just wanted to check in and say hello to everyone. Happy New Year. Happy Year of the Fire Horse. And I really want to talk about my goals this year, 2026. I was just reassessing like all the things I made within 2025, and I want to go through it here. So, my audit for 2025. So, I started the year with a ring workshop. I've talked about it a few times online. I think I did this in like February. It really opened my eyes to what's possible with like jewelry, and it really made me appreciate making things that I can wear. I also took another ring workshop later in the year with clay, and that one was really fun for me too. So I did 2 ring workshops. Definitely looking for more workshops this year in something I don't know anything about. I also hosted 2 flower workshops with Christine, one in like springtime and then one in early fall. Those both were so fun. I've always wanted to have a space where we could all arrange flowers with our friends and just talk and drink tea, and that was really fulfilling. I'm really happy that I got to do that last year. And I am in the works of making more workshops. I know some people have been messaging me about it, but I may have one coming up in April this year with a ceramic studio. I will be posting about that when it's closer to the date and when things are more set in stone. For design work, I did wedding invites for my sister. That was really fun. I sometimes do wedding invites. I've done it for my friend before. I love designing things for print. And another design thing I made was a pamphlet for my flower workshops that are free with each workshop, just like a rundown of everything I go through in the class. So that was fun to make as well. I love making a pamphlet. I did 2 videos for Black Crate. Black Crate is run by a friend, Adam, in the city. He's a woodworker and he makes furniture, super talented. I've worked with him the year before, and we kind of just go to different establishments and businesses that he's done work in, and then I film videos for him. So that was really fun to do. I do like making short form videos sometimes. I also counted, I made 23 YouTube videos last year, which is pretty good, I would say. I'm curious if you're interested in something in particular. What I've gathered is that most people are interested in San Francisco videos as well as home decor videos or something of that sort. I think more so like small apartment videos. So those are 2 topics I want to dig deeper in this year. But also I have, of course, like my travel videos are my favorite. At the end of the day, this is like my little space where I get to just hang out with you guys for a little bit. Things I've been working on lately. January for work, it was a little slow for me, so I took some time working on my website, which is finally live. So if you guys want to see, it's shalipistudio.com. I've been working on putting more work on there, but for now it's functioning well. I also started posting my work on a separate Instagram account, which is at Shalipi Studio. Just highlighting things I've made in the past and making the feed real cute and being intentional about everything I post there. I think it's nice to have a separate place for me to post my work. That's that. Working on your website is a huge feat. I'm talking about it like it was super easy, but it took me about 2 months. Seriously, I was finally able to just kind of revisit my old work and organize it, which is not easy. If anyone knows, uploading stuff on a website and making a website is like a forever task and something that maybe will always haunt me. But I'm trying to like think less about the aesthetics of the site and more about the work. Everything online is so temporary and fast, and it's easy to be way too inspired by people online and then think all your work sucks, never post, never share, and I don't think that's fair on us. So I've been trying to consume less of other people's work and consume more of my work and share my work. and be kind of like annoying about it, you know? Just being like, this is what I made. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I made it and I'm gonna post it. I want to just have less emotional attachment to work, projects, the social media experience. It's not so heavy as I was making it seem, you know? I think it was just nice to sit with my work after a few years of letting it just rest and be away from me. So it kind of gives me a nice blank slate to create more work this year. Anyway, enough of that. Upcoming projects, next chapter. I want to do more flower workshops. I don't know how many, and I don't know when, but I know I want to do some more and try to work with brands that align with me, people that align with me. I also have a book project I'm working on, personal project that's been haunting me for the past 4 years. I told myself that this year is the year I'm actually going to try to redesign / get it published. I will talk more about that in a separate time and separate video. It's something that's been in here for a long time. I'm just saying it out loud now, because once you say things out loud, you kind of just hold space for it. I'm also going to be focusing a lot on home projects. I want to redecorate the room a little bit, as well as my entrance. I don't know, just add a few things that can make the home better, and I want to document it. I'm also opening myself up for potential collaborations with other people. What I want to explore. These are things that I don't actually do yet, but I want to paint. I want to paint a picture right here. Add some color to this white room. I want to paint a picture of my dog. I want to paint a picture of the landscape of San Francisco. Yeah, there's so many things that I've been like thinking about. Photography with friends. Kind of interested in getting back into photography. I used to do that a lot. I used to take pictures of my friends in a very more like editorial way, and I really miss that. I miss taking pictures of clothes. I also wrote sewing or weaving. I'm kind of been interested in getting into knitting or sewing. I haven't done anything about that thought, but you know, I just have a feeling I would like it. And also, using my journal more, I want to write down my ideas. I got this notebook, you know, my favorite girl, and this color, it makes me so happy. Chris actually bought this for me on Valentine's Day. I'm liking the process of putting notebooks in here. And my final thoughts before I leave this video. I wrote some ins and outs for 2026. I'm still working on it. It's not super long yet, but maybe I will share them right now. My ins. More fun projects with friends. I've said this already. You get it. Trying new places alone. Honestly, going on dates alone is something I want to explore this year. I mean, I did it yesterday and I had so much fun. I hate to admit that I forget that sometimes, being in a relationship and also using a lot of my free time with friends. I need me time outside, exploring things. I wrote tropical escapes. I've been on a few in the past year, but last year I went to Hawaii and Florida during winter, and I was like, oh wow, this was actually really nice. Being strong physically. Yes. I want to do some weights this year. I want to be strong. I feel like I'm getting stronger walking up hills, but not like arm strength. Sleeping early. I don't have to explain. Discipline. I've seen how building habits can work and it becomes second nature. I just want to do that for other things in my life. Reading books and magazines, of course. I do suffer from phone addiction, so I really want to start learning things again from words on paper. Research. I wrote research. There's so much opinions online, and it's really messing with my head. Sometimes I hear someone say something about a topic, and I take it as true. And I don't do any research on it. I just let the internet people tell me what's up, and I just can't anymore. I can't trust anything anymore. I just want to do some research. Okay, outs. I wrote waiting for others. This kind of goes in with my going on dates alone thing, sometimes maybe I wait for others to do a specific activity that I've been thinking about. No, no more. Comparing yourself to people online. Oh my god. When I had time in January, when I wasn't doing as much and like making my portfolio, I could just feel how like I was thinking about other people, where they're at. It's really, really hard. Like when you're starting new projects and starting to build something for yourself, you kind of look outward. And that's what I mean by looking at your own projects again and being inspired by your own work is super important. I could be swayed by people's work, even though like it's not something that I would make. I can convince myself that that is what I'm striving for. It's really easy to get swept up online. Constant distraction. It's too much. Impulse purchases from scrolling. Okay, yeah, I've had like 2 this year. I actually impulse bought something within like 20 minutes of consuming something. And yes, I can attest that it has not been worth it and has left me feeling guilty and kind of gross. If I want something, I'm going to write it down. I need to let things sit in my brain a little longer because most of the time I don't actually need it or want it. And lately I've been feeling like I don't want new things that are online, and a lot of things online are just selling me things, and I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of being sold. And my last out is paywalls. I don't know, it's controversial. I get why there's paywalls on things sometimes, but like the New York Times, I want to read an article, I can't read it. A Substack, I can't read it, which is like, sometimes I understand because passive income is it. But like there would be things I see online and I'm like, ooh, that's so cool, I want to read it, or I want to go to that, and then it's like, pay $7 a month, and I'm like, what? Also subscriptions, yeah, I will not judge, but it's my out for this year. That's everything that's been on my mind about the upcoming year. Honestly, I just want to say hi to everyone. How are you doing? All to the new people, hello, welcome. My name is Hannah. Maybe you didn't know that. Please let me know what you want to see from me this year. And if you're making stuff, what are you making? If you do make stuff, let me know. Like, put your website. I'm kind of curious. It's time to be more vocal about what we make and be proud of it. Start sharing just to share. Even though, yes, it can feel like there's so much noise online. Once you start making noise for yourself and just yourself, it actually is worth it. Yeah, hopefully we'll get back into regular programming with the San Francisco stuff. Oh, before we leave,